What is going on, guys? You're doing another video. Welcome back to another episode of Umineko When They Cry. In the last video, Beatrice has showed herself again to Rosa and Maria. Maria was crying because Rosa's kind of a bitch, and then she fixed her candy. And yeah, it says the wits entered the entrance hall, so today is definitely going to be a fun episode. With a respectful bow, Genji welcomed the guest who approached from the entrance hall. Oh, it did the thing. Beatrice is a character now. Beatrice, mysterious visitor and a 19th person who appeared on the day of the family conference, goes by the same name as the Golden Witch who granted Kinzo his gold. Both the reason and the purpose of the visit are unknown. She was ushered into the VIP room which said... What? No. No, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to me. This is like evidence that witches exist. No. I'm trying to deny this.
老いたではないか。
どれほどに老いようとも、家具は家具らしく、最後までお務めを果たすのみでございま
Not
す。
if the furniture breaks.
彼の妻がお前に嫉妬したことも懐かしい。金蔵は元気か？
Yeah, he's been screaming about
大
you.
変お元気にございます。
The witch's laugh was probably because he knew that Kinzo's own doctor had told him that he would not live much longer. However, if anyone actually looked at Kinzo, his energy and vigor, which made it extremely difficult to imagine that his remaining life really was slim, might make it natural to call him full of life. Maybe the witch had laughed at that.
挨拶に行こうではないか。30年ぶりに。互いに呪いの言葉を吐き合うもよかろう。
Sounds lovely. As the witch grinned, she stood walking, leaving Genji behind. If no one else sees her, this is not real. Genji followed her as though he served her. At that very moment, Kiri came out of the pillar. She had probably come out to fix her Did she see anything? And when she saw Genji following the witch, she was surprised, although her expression did not change. Oh. Okay. So, fuck. We have someone who I'm not suspicious of seeing Beatrice. Oh my god, this music was absolutely perfect timed. So, how can I look at this logically? Well, I mean, it could just be some other person. Maybe it's a affair. I don't know. There was a visitor for Kinzo whose remaining life was not long, on the day of the family conference when the fate of the inheritance was to be decided. And furthermore, the person was well enough acquainted with the Yoshima family that Genji was following behind her. Kiri immediately realized that this person who she never met before... Okay, yeah. Kiri's eyes met the witch. Realizing that it would be rude to pretend not to notice, she greeted the witch.
はじめまして。ルドルフの5歳だったか。
さようでございます。ルドルフ様の今の奥方様であられます。
For this exchange, Kiri realized that this woman was a guest of considerably high rank within the Yoshima family. And the fact that she was a guest of that level, coupled with the face of the entrance hall portrait behind her, made Kiri's eyes open wide in an instant. Kiri's probably... Oh. Whoa. Okay, well, the portrait changed. Oh my god, I'm sorry if my mic's so quiet. I didn't expect it to be this loud.
うすは想像がついているくせに。わらわにあえて名乗らそうというのか
Kiri had thought she had given her sociable and humble greeting. Her expression grew slowly cloudy at the openly oppressive response. It didn't seem like this was a person she could grow to like. But if Kiri's imagination was correct, this witch likely Wait, Kiri's imagination! Imagination. This witch likely held a huge key to what her own husband was most interested in, and one that stood a great chance of influencing tonight's family conference. So she did not shoot back or restore it, and could only watch in silence as the woman went up the stairs to the second floor with Genji following behind. Okay, so there's a mysterious woman on the island. That's great. So when someone tapped her shoulder from behind, she was so surprised she almost choked. It was Natsui.
桐江さん このようなところに立ち尽くしていかがなさいましたか？
ごめんなさい。ちょっと魔女の肖像画に見とれていただけです。
Oh. Huh. Okay. The portrait didn't say, and he's not saying anything. Does that support my this isn't real theory?
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェですか。今日の後宮家の復興は彼女が授けた黄金がなければ成し遂げられなかったとか。お父様らしい幻想的なお話ですね。
Natsui spoke of her in her usual way. She spoke from the position that the idea of a witch was just foolish, and that in the end it was nothing more than Kinzo's ramblings. However, for some reason, that no longer felt right to Kiri. Just now, she herself had seen the gold. The fact that she didn't say anything, so Natsui's choice of words seemed almost like a refusal to accept her existence, or as if she was waiting her to think that she did not exist.
ごめんなさい。少し頭痛がする気がして、ちょっと休もうと思います。
あら、そうですか。なら良い頭痛薬がありますよ。用意させましょう。
That's gonna be really nice. That means you might actually survive the first Twilight for once. Oh my god. This is the arrival that I've been waiting for. The hallway in front of Kinzo's study was filled with the scent of sweet poison, particular to that green wicker. Genji, who was completely used to it, did not grimace. And the Golden Witch didn't grimace either.
この中からどれほど出ぬのか。
すでに数年になるかと思います。
それほどまでにわらわをカゴの鳥としたいか。哀れな。それを願うそなたが今やカゴの鳥、書斎の亡霊ではないか。それに気づけぬとは哀れな男よ。
あなた様と再びお会いする日まではおそらく文字通り亡霊となっても研究を続けられるでしょう。
Although Genji just doesn't give a fuck about anything that's happening right
愛
now.
か狂気か猛襲か、それも講じれば魔力となるか。
I suppose all three of them, but no, not
悲
magic.
しき魔術師よ。
The witch grasped the doorknob to the study. Oh. Once he did, there was a sound like that of flesh burning and splitting open. There was a sound of the doorknob literally burning the witch's hand. Oh, scorpion serum.
なんだこれは。魔除けか。あやつめ。こんなものに頼らなければ、おのがみも保てぬというのか。
その扉はベアトリーチェ様にはおつらいものと
Then
伺って
open it
お
for
ります。
her.
私が
Be nice to your guest.
お分け
Yeah.
いや、よい。あやつが勝てば、わらわは永遠のカゴの鳥。
Okay, now this is getting even more interesting.
愛に狂い、すべてを失った哀れな魔術師の生涯が笑い草となって残るだ
He
け。
does such interesting tactics. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to speak over the characters because I'm really nervous about the audio quality right now. But anyway, she isn't showing herself to anyone except for, well, I mean, Kiri, Rose. She showed herself to a lot of people, but every time she does it, she just doesn't care to show herself to everyone. Which is interesting, because I think that she would be willing to just walk in and be like, "Hi, Kinzo, you suck," and then leave.
もはや金蔵もわらわさえもゲーム盤に並べられた駒に過ぎぬ。あとはルーレットの目が勝敗を分けるだけよ。ルーレットが目を見せるまでわらわと金蔵が再会する必要はない。
I liked it better when I was rolling the dice between fragments. The witch looked at her hand, which, although hardly burned, was beginning to heal bit by bit.
そのための魔除けなのか。なるほど。それもまた潔し。すべては今や金蔵のゲーム盤の上よ。気に入ったぞ金蔵。そなたとのゲーム楽しわらわに恋焦がれ、すべての生涯を投げ出したローマ術師の最後のギャンブル。
Gunshot? Yup. Saw that one coming. Oh my god. Like, okay, I'm officially like 100% suspicious of Genji. If he does anything, I'm just gonna assume it's him.
誰か
失礼いたします。昼食をお持ちいたしました。
入れ。
失礼いたします。
Oh my god, yeah, he's gonna be like, what the hell are you doing here? After receiving approval, Cannon entered the VIP room, pushing the lunch serving cart. Servants called this room the witch's VIP room. This is because they had been strictly ordered by Kinzo to always keep it clear. Oh my god, this is annoying me. And yes, guests were never allowed to enter this room no matter who they were. That's why at some point the servants stood calling it the witch's VIP room. Supposed to be set aside only to welcome the special person Kinzo was waiting for, the witch from that portrait. And today, Cannon learned... I wonder if Kinzo's gonna leave his room now. When he entered the room, the witch was... That kinda looked like purgatory for a second. The witch with golden hair was gazing out the window. Outside, the rain had already started to gather strength. As he looked at the beautiful rose garden, which had taken several days' work to make ready for today, and saw the winds and rain ravage it, he was lost in some sentimental feelings. Cannon was not able to interfere anything more from her back that faced him.
お食事の用意をさせていただきます、ベアトリーチェ様。
So Cannon went out of his way to call out the witch's name, because he wanted to make her turn around. He wanted to know. Why does it just be Santa in a costume? When he did, the witch, whose name had been called, kept her back to him and laughed in a subdued voice. Cannon was startled. It was almost as though... Wait, what did I said Sanon! Huh. Wait... Characters... Okay. Sanon... Beatrice. Okay. There's a little bit of a height difference. And the thing is on her leg. It's on her leg there. Are they in their Wait, are they? Okay, yeah, it's okay. It is on a different part of her body, but I'm still not gonna rule that out. Those are kind of similar outfits.
良い匂いだな。どうやらクラウスは良い料理人を入れたと見える。
はい、近年入ったゴーダという料理人です。
料理の腕が良きことは何にも勝るものよ。美食は人の世で生きる快楽の山中をなす。
Yeah, the other two are video games and YouTube.
千年を飽きぬにはこれを欠かさぬが秘訣よ。
Cannon and the witch's eyes met, and she grinned. There could be no doubt, not even the slightest. This was a doubt. No, I'm doubting. The witch that was once visible only to him and Sanon was now... That doesn't make any sense. Especially with Cannon breaking the thing, that should have drained her power. This can't be possible.
久しぶりよの家具の
You had your chance to become human.
無理でございます。
Cannon tried to forget a modicum of courtesy towards the guest. But dark clouds had begun to enshroud his heart because of the visit of the suspicious witch, and on the day of the family conference at that...
何をしに現れたのかと気が気でならぬと見える。そうであろう。
Ken didn't force himself to answer. The witch probably reads minds, so it would be pointless to go to all the trouble of saying it out loud. Of course, even the rebellious spirit of his would be read. So the witch snickered at Cannon's stoutest resistance.
金蔵との最後の約束を果たしに来た。
親方様との最後の約束。
わらわは金蔵に、いやそれを金蔵が放棄するとき、わらわは利子をつけて返却を請うよう。それをもらい受けに来た。
僕には何の話かわかりません。
Okay, that doesn't make any sense either. Why didn't she go to the door then? However, anxiety began to gather in his heart. The witch never had anything good to say.
違いない。魔女の話にろくなものはないぞ。そなたは正しい。
Oh.
されど、魔女とハサミは使いようだ。ソロモン王のように偉業を成し遂げる者も時にはおる。最も多くの場合は童話が語るように ろくな目に遭わん。しかし金蔵も食えぬ。
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
わらわの利子の取り立てすらも自らの儀式に取り込みよった。わらわを
Sorry if that
超
mic
える
my mic
と
just
て
made a
つも
noise.
ない
Just moved my
大
headset
魔
just
術
a
師
bit.
か。
I'm really worried about my audio quality.
狂気に取りつかれたただの知れ者か。面白い。実に面白い。
And couldn't guess what the witch was muttering and laughing about. All we knew was that anything this witch deemed worthy of laughter must have the exact opposite meaning to the rest of them. And rising to the back of his mind were the horrifying words the witch had spat at him in the past. Did you think I would lend them that power without any compensation? I'll lend a hand in love. And my compensation shall be the one ticket to watch the cruel fate that the two of them will eventually meet. Even after two... Oh. His face.
まさかお前は。
懐かしき故郷を貫く鮎の川、黄金鏡を目指す者よ。これを下りて鍵を探せ。
The Golden Land is overrated. Candyland is better. The witch suddenly began to recite a bizarre poem. It was something he remembered hearing.
それはまさか魔女の碑文。
Oh my god, are we gonna hear it again? There was no doubt. It was the epitaph accompanying the portrait of the witch that had been hung by Kinzo. The relatives imagined that it was almost certainly pointing to the location of the hidden gold, but no one knew what it meant. The witch had suddenly begun reciting the epitaph. At death's door. Ooh, spicy.
カノン、家具である貴様なら金蔵から聞いていよう。すべてを黄金鏡へ返す日がやってきたのだ。喜ぶがいい。お前の恥辱にまみれた家具の日々が。お前はそれをずっと望んできたはず。自らに存在価値を持たぬ家具にとってただ存在するだけの日々は苦痛に他ならない。魂ある者にとって写しようは固執すべきものだが。
Attack her. Complicated expressions. Yeah, he's not doing good right now. It was a day of release that had been looking forward to. However, the coming of this day had been mercilessly sudden. And the hateful tone of the witch who had proclaimed the day of the rest made it somehow difficult to accept. Ken wasn't even able to decide what emotion he should feel.
なぜに喜ばぬ。それとも写しよに何かの未練があるというのか。家具の分際で。
Yes, Jessica.
未練などない。僕は家具だから。
貴様は実に模範的な家具だな。よいよい。しかし何の未練もないとはつくづく面白みのない。
未練こそがお前の快楽だというのか。
その通り。1000年も生きると大抵の魔女は生き飽きる。わらわは退屈から逃れるために人間たちの運命にブランデーや果実を練り込みケーキのように焼き上げるのだ。
That's amazing.
オーブンの中で苛烈な運命に踊る人間たちのなんと面白きこと。
She's having a great time.
この方面にかけてはちと知られていてな。わらわの料理の腕を見に時には遠方から珍客が見物に来ることすらあるくらいよ。言っても家具ごときには理解できぬか。
Ken wasn't able to understand what the witch. She's saying that she likes to cook people. However, he realized well enough that this was a terrifying being who treated the fates of humans as so, and was getting enjoyment out of doing the same sort of kind of harm. However, furniture had no soul or life, much less a fate. Pitiful furniture did nothing but serve until the day they would be released from the load. To furniture like that, the witch who had come to release them from everything was also a being overflowing with mercy. Even though the day that Kinzo had been waiting impatiently for had come, he was unable to readily accept it, and this greatly bewildered him. Why was that? The face of Shannon, the person he loved as a sister, rose to his mind. And for some reason, Jessica's face did too. Shannon bit his lower lip painfully. Thinking of Jessica was not permitted. Specifically Jessica. He had been aware of that and found fault with Stan's relationship, so how could he remember Jessica at a time like this? He felt a little ashamed by how weak he was. And to forget about Jessica, he turned his thoughts to Shannon. Shannon is also furniture. On the day everything returns to nothing, there's no doubt she shouldn't be happy. But Shannon, through a relationship with George, had come to know an emotion that shouldn't be known by furniture. Even though she wasn't qualified to be bound with him, she was still wallowing in a dream that she wasn't permitted to have. Could Shannon accept? No, Shannon is Beatrice. Impossible. Shannon would have lingering regrets. That would probably become a great source of pain and torture for Shannon. And those regrets have been planted by none other than the Swits. Why? Just because this would be more interesting?
シャノンは待ちわびていたはずの日に知ってはならない感情を持ち、とても辛い思いを強いられるだろう。僕たち家具を解放する日を手土産に、そしてシャノンにその日を受け入れがたくしたお前を憎む。
お前もシャノン同様に未練に苦しませてやりたかったぞ。しかしお前は愚直に家具であり続け、わらわに籠絡されることもなかった。しかしシャノンを慕いすぎたようだな。シャノンの未練がそなたの未練となる。それはわらわへの憎悪へと変わるのか。わらわを殺したくば殺してみるがよ。金蔵の家具ならばその程度の力は持っていよう。しかしわらわを殺せば家具どもの安息の日は永遠に訪れぬぞ。そなたにそれが耐えられるのか。わらわによる解放を本当に拒むことができるのか。ひざまずけ。
Oh my god.
何を。ひざまずき。わらわの靴に口づけをするがよ。さもなくばわらわはこの場を立ち去ろうぞ。帰りて永遠に姿を現す。
Oh my god, Cannon's about to do something really idiotic. Cannon, please, no. Please. Don't let your emo-ness overshadow you. In the first game, you said that you didn't want to be furniture anymore.
黄金鏡の扉が開かれれば、そなたの苦難に満ちた家具の生は終わろう。望むならば、人間としての生を与えてもよい。さすれば、もはやジェシカとは対等。貴様も知りたいはずだ。恋の味が。隠そうとも知っておるぞ。甘き恋の沼にて溺れるシャノンを見て、そなたは羨ましがっている。恋の味を知りたくてうずうずしておる。
やめろ。やめろ。僕を再び籠絡するつもり。僕はお前を楽しませるための。
ほう。ならばシャノンで満足するとしよう。まいた種はそなただけではないのでな。時には実を結ばぬ果実もある。鍵を手にせし者は以下に従いて黄金鏡へ旅立つべし。
Oh, so I wonder, is Shannon gonna be the main character? Because the first chapter we kind of followed Battle through the detective, but I don't know.
第一の番に鍵の選びし6人を生贄に捧げよ。第二の番に残されし者は寄り添う2人を引き裂け。
Unfortunately, that's probably gonna be George and Shannon. The Witcher said the epitaph again. It was so sudden and diverged so strongly from the current topic. However, its silent smile made it almost seem as though she was using the epitaph as a threat to Cannon.
わからぬか。この碑文の儀式を成し遂げるには、第二の番に寄り添う2人を生贄に捧げねばならぬ。
You should sacrifice yourself with
寄
Kinzo.
り添う2人は誰でもよい。夫婦でもよいし、恋人同士でもよい。
Wait, here. I swear to God, if you kill Jessica, I will fucking murder you.
誰を選ぶかは儀式のルールにのっとり、わらわが気まぐれに決めて良いことになっている。今のシャノンなら、これほどふさわしい第二の番の生贄もないとは思わぬか？卑劣な。
Canon win then. He had thought he had given up everything and lived until today's furniture, like furniture should, but in reality that wasn't true. He had loved Shannon too dearly, and so when Shannon was in pain, Canon shared in that. If only Shannon continued to exist as furniture. Living indifferently like Canon, without any attachments to this world, they wouldn't have had it to be in so much pain. The witch planned to toy with Shannon, who had learned the taste of love. No, who she had taught the taste of love, as he killed her. She were not invited to the Golden Land as a merciful release, but would make her sacrifice for the evil ritual after dealing her the limits of torture and pain. And this which would probably actually make Shannon meet this honorable fate, for no other reason than it would be interesting for her. Furthermore, she was trying to do that so that she could make Canon, who hadn't submitted to the witch even once until now, finally surrender. It was that simple. In the end, though he had tried resisting the witch to avoid pleasing her, he had only made things interesting for her. After all, he was furniture. No, a toy. Though nothing but toys meant only to distance her from her boredom.
どうするカノン。ひざまずけばシャノンを生贄に選ぶことを控えんこともないぞ。お前のような玩具を一度屈服させてみたかった。
Without even a 5-minute evaluation, the witch sneered at Canon with a vulgar laugh. Yes, even before Canon had made up his mind, he had seen through to his surrender. Canon got down on one knee and chose to reflect. No, didn't care what happened to himself. However, just the fact that Shannon, who during his days as furniture had given up his only reason to live, was being toyed with. That alone was something that he couldn't overlook. Therefore, something like kissing the suit. Oh my God! At the time that his quivering lips actually touched the witch's suit, Beatrice, after allowing a look of ecstasy to rise to her face, let out an ear-spinning laugh. Oh, in that moment, the witch who had tried for 1,000 years of life was completely filled with an evil emotion that wised it would. Did she explode? Did the witch explode? Oh my God, that'd be such an easy way out of this. Maybe it was too much for her. Maybe she wasn't in the mood for a kiss. Oh, never mind. We didn't get to see. Rose had brought a high-class brand of black. Is she gonna say anything? Since the children were together with the adults were, at least on the surface, interacting like relatives, talking peacefully about recent events and how their children were growing up. It started raining outside, so the children were unable to go out, and had no choice but to sit like this watching TV. Like a true TV kid, Maria was watching vapid daytime programs one after another without getting bored and was giggling all to herself. Seeing that Batterer had joined in at first, deepening his relationship with Maria. But he had gotten up early that morning, and so was gradually attacked by waves of drowsiness.
Oh yeah, 大きなあくびだね.
Yeah, I know, that's totally what this episode's making me do. Like, there hasn't been anything of importance.
朝がずいぶん早かったんじゃないのかい?
ま、そんなとこだよ。
I got up at 5:30 this morning.
緊張が解けて、雨の音を聞いてるうちに眠くなってきちまった。
Oh, I guess he's probably one of those people who falls asleep with noise in the background.
あんだけ態度でかそうにしてて緊張なんてしてたのかよ。
一応、俺なりにはな。
Battle gave a great yawn once again and slowly lay down on the sofa. He really did look tired. Jones and the others had stood talking to him, taking his yawns as a sign of boredom, but when they realized he was really sleepy, they decided to let him be.
おやおや、食事の後にすぐ横になるとサバになると申しますよ。
Oh, it's the narrator. Who's all-seeing.
冗談よせやい。ゴーダさん、今夜は子牛のステーキだって言ってたぜ。サバのステーキになっちまう。
熊荘さん、こいつ本当に眠いらしい。毛布を持ってきてあげてくれないかな。
さあどうぞ。
Kumasawa brought a blanket over from herself. The spur's power wasn't cold, but the air had gotten a little chilly. So when the blanket was placed over Battler, he immediately wrapped himself up in it and then curled up like a turtle retreating into its shell.
本当に眠かったんだね。何時かに起きる？起こしてあげるよ。
いや、特に希望なんか用があったら起こしてくれりゃいい。なんにもねえんならずっと眠らせてくれりゃいいって。
That's so relatable.
おやすみ。
バトラン寝ちゃうの。お昼ね。マリアもする。こらマリア、バトラは眠いんだから放っておいてあげなきゃ。熊沢さん、もう一枚毛布をもらえるかな。
It was doubtfully that Maria really wanted to take a nap. She probably just saw Battler wrapped up in a blanket and wanted to do the same. When she received the blanket from Kumasawa, she joyfully wrapped herself up in it and set up camp again in front of the TV.
せっかく6年ぶりにいた子がみんな揃ったこいつ。今回の親族会議の主賓だって自覚全然ねえな。
He's the main guest of the... Main guest? No, there is a stranger, aka Sanin, dressed up as Beatrice on this
聞こえ
island.
てるぞ。のんびり昼飯を食って、しかも外は台風で雨。
Okay, when he talks like that, he really does sound like Keiichi. Jessica sounds like Mion, and George sounds like Tomotaki.
何もすることがねえってことは、つまり俺の出番じゃねえってことさ。
それはどうかな。何も起こらないから何もしないなんて受け身の姿勢じゃ人生は退屈だよ。
違うぜ、そういう意味じゃない。なんつうのかな、こういう時俺はこう思うことにして出番じゃねえんだよ。こいつがお芝居だったならさ、俺だったら舞台袖でおとなしくしてるに限るってわけさ。
Wait, yeah, okay. Battler, please stop foreshadowing your death. You're one of my favorite characters.
自分の人生はいつだって自分が主人公だろ。そんな脇役根性でどうすんだよ。自分から進んで舞台に上がらなきゃ。
Yeah, come on, get back up on the stage and become the main character. You have taken a side character role this episode.
そういう意味じゃねえ。今は俺の出番じゃねえって言い。悪いな。眠くて思考が
He's either
め
gonna
ちゃくちゃだ。
die early or he's gonna actually get his turn after someone
勘
dies.
弁してくれ。
確かに眠くてなんだか尻滅裂なことをもうそっとしてあげようよ。
私は聞き捨てならねえぜ。自
Oh
分の
my
人生は
god.
いつだって自
She's
分が主
about
人
to
公だよ。
beat him into
ちょっ
submission.
とそのあた
Go
り
Jessica.
本格的にバトラーと議論したいけどな。
寝ぼけてるだけだよ。深く考えちゃダメさ。
なんかさ、自分は主役になれないから舞台に上がりたくないみたいな根性、なぜだかすっげえうぜえって思って。
Yeah, that's... Oh wait, I know why. Because you're being controlled by your parents, so you're not really feeling like the main... Yeah. And Battler said that because they're relating to the plot of how he's done Zack's shit this episode. With distant eyes, Jessica gazed out the window at the gray rose garden obscured by the rain. Once she put her forehead up against the glass, it felt as though the pleasantly cool sensation would chase away memories that she didn't want to remember.
君の出番じゃなかったってことなのか。じゃあいつ君は舞台に上がるんだよ。
Oh my, this is why I can Jessica. This is so relatable. This is me asking Battler to get your ass out of bed and solve the mystery. In that case, who is the main character on the stage? Oh. Okay. Magic?
もうやりたい放題じゃねえかよ。なんだこりゃ
Are
よ。
they just playing chess or something?
めちゃくちゃじゃねえか。
そなたがわらわを否定する根拠とする
Oh, okay.
18人だの19人だのという理論が
I think I was
実に
right.
滑
I
稽だっ
think
た
they're
のだ
like
な。
observing what happens, and they're trying to prove a point. Cause this is still
差
purgatory.
し手を変えてみたまでよ。
Yeah, this time you tried to show up as a
そな
19th
たがわら
person.
わを否定する最大の根拠は単にわらわが駒としてゲーム版に並ばなかったからというだけのこと。ならばこうしてクイーンを先に指せばいいだけの話ではないか。
Okay, wait. That means if you're a piece on the game board, that doesn't mean you're really there.
初手にてクイーンに道を開けるはチェスの王道ではないか。
Someone who plays chess, I always save my queen for last. I always get my pawns out and go for a rook, knight, bishop thing. I never use the queen until it really is needed. Beatrice said fuck.
こんなの認められるわけねえじゃねえかよ。魔女が歩いて玄関からやってきただと。ふざけるじゃね
え。なんだ、前回のゲームではそなたに散々自由に手を進めさせたぞ。こたびはわらわがそなたの手に合わせて駒を動かしたに過ぎん。初手にてもう降参か。
くそだね。ふざけるな。誰が降参なんかす
Okay,
る
I'm
か
glad to see Battle is the main character.
上等な指し手だぜ。好きに進めればいいじゃねえか。なるほどな。まだまだお前の手番は終わってないっては。好きに手を進めりゃいい。今のうちに十分な陣形を築いとけ。俺が必ずしのぐ。必ず詰める。
But the thing is, you can't just do that in a game of chess. You kinda take turns moving one piece. You have to move a piece, and currently, you moved your piece to the couch.
言い訳なんてされたくねえ。存分に来やがるってんだ。まだまだこの程度じゃ魔女なんて認められるわけ。そうさ。さっきマリアのお菓子を魔法で直したように見えたが、実は同じお菓子をもう一つ懐に忍ばせていて、芝居がかった方法ですり替えて。ああ、そうに決まってる。ダメだぜ。
Yeah,
全然ダメだぜ。
That's true, and I mean, Rosa looked like she was falling asleep during that, in like surprise.
ローザは歌詞が蝶に散る瞬間を見たぞ。
But Rosa's probably unreliable.
知らねえよ。そんなのは幻覚か手品か。さもなきゃ見間違いだろ。大した問題じゃね
え。説明のつかぬ部分はさまつと切りす。なるほど。それがそなたの受け手であるな。墓穴を掘ったぞ。Ushiromiyaバトラ。
Can you two just kiss already?
お前の手番はまだ先だぞ。もうしばらくわらわの手番を進めさせてもらう。まだまだこれからだぞ。魔女の手番
The
は。
turn of... Oh my god! That's the title of the episode! Guys! Whoa! I'm so surprised! When they started hearing Beatrice snooze, the relatives went to... I love how Beatrice was sleeping while fighting a witch in another dimension, leaving the pearl and letting Beatrice sleep in silence. Even though it had been... Wait, maybe it's like Mario and Luigi Dream Team, where Beatrice, like Luigi, like when he falls asleep, it's in his dream. This is all in his head. Theory solved. Even though it had been so lively in the pearl with so many people gathered there, when all of them scattered at once and were sucked into the vast mansion, created an eerie silence with no sound except that of the rain.
いや、そんな人間には一度も会ったことはないぜ、兄貴は。
会ったことなんてないわ。キリエさん、本当なの？
Oh, she actually did tell people.
私もちょっと玄関ホールに出た時に挨拶をしただけで20歳ちょっとくらいに見えたわ。私は名乗ったんだけど、彼女は名乗らなかった。源氏さんに案内されて2階へ登っていくのを見たの。
なら源氏さんを見つけて直接話を聞いた方が早いやろ。しかし妙な雲行きになってきよったな。
Definitely not what I was expecting it to go. The mysterious woman who had spoken to Kiri. Without naming herself, she sneered that Kiri already had a vague idea of who she was. And that person, yes, she changed the portrait. It was her lookalike, the witch of the portrait. I like the old one better. She looks ugly in that one. Not gonna lie.
そいつは自分が肖像画の魔女様だとそう言いたいってのかよ。
私はそういう意味で笑ったんだろうと理解したわ。私とは初対面でも私があなたの5歳だと知っているような口ぶりだった。
姉貴、本当にそんな奴は知らないんだ
くどいわよ。そんな金髪女。この屋敷に出入りしたところなんて見たこともない。
Well, I mean, you have Takino's voice actress, so you have seen a blonde woman before.
そんなようなことは問題はその女が自分はベアトリーチェだと名乗り、お父さんの財産管理人を名乗った場合の方や。
あるいは愛人の娘を自称して遺産の分配を要求するつもりかしら。いずれにせよとんでもないジョーカーが紛れ込んだものね。兄さんが呼んだの？それともお父様が？
まずいな。俺たちは兄貴をうまく言いくるめりゃなんとかできるものと思ってきた。しかしこれじゃ話が振り出しに戻っちまう。
あなたが私の知らないところでどんな策謀を巡らしてたのか知らない。どうも少しは対策を立てる時間を得られたみたいね。
ああ、その金髪姉ちゃんが晩飯の席で突然現れて俺らの度肝を抜くのに比べたら、
Is that foreshadowing?
今からわずかの時間でも対策を協議できる方がマシだ。
何しに現れたかわからへん以上、撃てる対策も限られとるで。向こうの狙いは何なんや。
決まってるでしょ。お父様の遺産の正当な後継者だと言い張るためよ。お父様は未だにベアトリーチェの虜なのよ。その娘がいたなら全財産を譲りたいと言い出すはずだわ。妙な遺言状でも突きつけてくるかもしれない。
I mean, you know what? Not a bad theory. If they had a what if there's a secret kid? The 19th person isn't a witch. It's this kid who's pretending to be a witch because they feel robbed out of the fortune, and that's kind of why they're doing everything.
そりゃ裁判沙汰にすれば半分の4分の1は主張できるかもしれないけど、多分決着するまで遺産分割はできなくなるわよ。それは困る。私もルドルフももちろんローザもね。
俺たちはそれぞれの都合で早急にまとまった金がいる。俺たち最大のウィークポイントってわけなら、狙いは何だキリエ。
初耳なんだけれど、私たちには急ぎまとまったお金が必要だという前提があるのね。
キリエさん、男の商売には攻めの時にこそ軍資金がいるようになることもあるんや。それを分かってえな。
なあにルドルフ、キリエさんには話してなかったの？
すまん、隠してたわけじゃないんだ。実はちょいとした。
Oh, this is
いい
tension.
わ。あなたが私に話す必要がないと判断した。それをこの場では追求しない。それよりキュームは黄金の魔女様の狙いを探ることなんでしょ？
ああ、俺たちの話を整理した上で敵の撃ってくる手が見えるか。
Probably kill you again. Rudolf had a certain measure of trust in Kiwi's unique thinking technique. Chessboard. Oh my. No, don't fucking spin your chessboard fidget spinner around again. Every time Rudolf was concatenating some important strategy, he would give a great deal of thought to Kiwi's advice. For a while, Kiwi pressed her finger against her forehead, considering. Oh my god, just gotta spin the chessboard around.
今日の今日まで彼女が訪れることが伏せられていた以上、彼女は私たちに何らかのサプライズを与える目的があった。それが財産なのか親族としての認知なのかは分かりかねるわ。でも今日の今日まで訪れることを伏せていたということは、事前に知らせることで対応を打たれたくなかったと言えるかもしれない。ということは彼女の目的は対応を打たれると不利になるものらしい。
Yes, he definitely is better at this than battle.
わかる？
なるほどな。例えば親父が以前に書かせた遺言状そのものだとか、そういうものを持ってきたと仮定して、それが揺るぎないもので盤石な証拠だというなら、むしろそれは予告するはずだろうよ。
そうね。むしろ疑う立場にある私たちに弁護士でも鑑定士でも連れてこさせて。
Yes, we all bring our own lawyers to family conference
群
day.
でも出ないくらいに事実を突きつけるべきなのよ。それができるなら。
つまり奇襲狙いという時点で敵は真正面からの正攻法では勝てんちゅうことを意味するわけやな。道理や。絶対勝てる切り札は堂々と切るに限るで。回りくどい切り方は むしろ切り札を曇らせるもんや。
結論から言うと、皆さんがご就寝の遺産問題に直接もしくは間接的に絡む相当のサプライズが突きつけられると予想されるわね。おそらく向こうはそのインパクトだけでこちらを圧倒できるつもりでいる。しかしその何かは相当のインパクトを伴いながらも、
つまりそこがこちらのつけ込む余地というわけね。
あんたはほんま頭の切れるお人や。これだけでも分かればだいぶ心強いで。つまり相手のペースに飲み込まれるなっちゅうことやな。
結局のところ非常にシンプルな結論よ。相手が何を切り出そうとも焦らず冷静に対応する。交渉術の初歩の初歩じゃない。
Unfortunately, Natsu isn't in the room, so you can't really say
これ
that.
じゃあ相手の思考を読めたとはとても言えないわ。
いいや、相変わらずなかなかのもんだぜ。こちらに攻める余地があると分かれば余裕も変わってくるってもんだ。
わからないのは彼女とクラウス兄さんの関係ね。クラウス兄さんにとってもサプライズなのか、それとも彼女を呼んだのは他でもないクラウス兄さん自身なのか。もし後者だったなら随分と厄介なことになるかもしれん。
そうね、謎の女を親族会議の当日にこっそり呼びつける。
Yeah, wait. What? Okay, the music is always perfect. What if this could be Kraus, like trying to get them to get rid of the problem? Because if they make up a sibling, you can just take the money.
いやらしいセンスがどことなく兄さんっぽい感じもする。
兄貴、こうしよう。女の正体がはっきりと証明できない限り、俺らはその女のいかなる身分も認めない。
それが最善ね。現に桐江さんに対して名乗ってすらいない正体不明の女の発言で私たちの会員がかき回されちゃたまらないわ。
血縁証明でも示してみせるかもしれんで、お父さんの血が流れてることが例えば母子手帳でも示されたらどうにもならん。
証明物なんかいくらでも偽装を疑える。仮にそれが本物だったとしても当人が本人だと証明するには病院
Luckily,
沙汰
there's
にし
an
なきゃならない。
attending physician at this family
少なくとも
conference.
今の六軒島でそれを証明することは不可能だ。
その通りね。つまりこういうことよ。今の六軒島では何が示されても真実だと受け入れることはできない。
Is this also a reading message? Like, I keep getting like these little bits of text. Like, I feel like it's Ryuki C7 trying to say, hey, this is important. Like, do not accept it as the truth no matter what you see because there's no proof that
しかるべき場所で証明してみせるまで
I am motivated to
何も信じられ
fight.
ないって
そういうので上げ足を取りまくるのは姉貴の得意技だな。任せるぜ。
バカ言ってんじゃないわ。あんたも協力するのよ。私たちにはお金がいる。それも急ぎまとまった額が。私たちは運命共同体よ。こんなところでひょっこり現れた謎の女に遺産の当てをぶち壊されてたまるもんですか。
It was only a time like this that Rudolf and Eva united as siblings, sickened by the idea that their own inheritance might be snatched away by an outsider. Q noticed how indomitable they looked, shook her head slightly, and gave a small sigh as he looked out the window. Outside, there was still a strong rain falling, and everything was gray, having lost all vibrance. It felt like the rust garden that the sun had sown on earlier had never existed. For some reason, the words Eva had said, yeah, they're repeating in my head too. It boils down to this. No matter what is sown to us now in Roka and Zima, it can't be accepted as the truth. There was an odd nuisance to this. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, 7th Expansion. I know about this. Like, there's no official... Yeah, I know it's an official statement by 7th Expansion. No matter what intuition had issued what kind of document this island, one could claim it was all fiction. It's impossible to... Okay, I can tell Battle is controlling Kiri right now. So did that mean that now in this Roka and Zima, there was nothing that was truthful? That everything would be controlled by fiction? It almost gave the illusion that separate from the human world made from truth was another in which they'd been set away. Do you remember that what the woman that looked like one more time? Do you remember the woman's figure in the witch of the portrait? On this island which had been isolated from the world of humans and set away in the world of non-humans, a non-human had visited. No matter what she did, Kiri couldn't help think of the smile that appeared on the woman's face as anything other than ominous. Trying to understand that ominous smile, it feels like my chessboard thinking mistook a vital premise. That's right, the smile seemed like that of someone non-human looking down on me. I had reason based on the assumption that her opponent was human like us. However, just like this island now, she may be a being that is not human. Remember, don't accept it as truth. In that case, all the reasoning is useless. For what reason was the witch involved here today? Well, one thing is certain. Right in this moment, she's staying somewhere in this vast mansion. Wow, I just butchered that. And I think I'm going to end here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe. That was greatly appreciated. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.